Have you ever wondered why some people have ample food on their table whereas others sleep hungry at night? Why do some people get to have the best quality food whereas others have to do with the inferior quality one? Today I am going to talk about an important aspect of food production and supply chain. Do you all know what is the amount of agricultural produce that is wasted in India every year? 50,000 crores. About 50,000 crores worth of fruits, vegetables, milk, meat and eggs are wasted every year in India. India is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables, the largest producer of milk and leading producer of meat and eggs. Despite all these merits, we have a huge hunger problem and malnutrition in India. Insufficient supply chain, lack of storage facilities and processing infrastructure are the leading reason why agricultural produce is wasted in India every year. Addressing the issue of perishability, cold chain infrastructure extends the shelf life of the agricultural produce and helps in maintaining the quality of the fruits. Depending on nature and purpose, the cold chain storages are of various types. There is frozen, chilled, mildly chilled and normal temperature. Frozen is around -16 to -18 degrees Celsius, chilled is around 0 to 10 degrees Celsius, mildly chilled is around 10 to 20 degrees Celsius and normal cold is greater than 20 degrees Celsius. Now there are various types of infrastructure when it comes to cold chain storage. There are pack houses, there are ripening chambers, there are reefer transportation and there are cold stores. So pack houses are essentially warehouses where the packing of the agricultural produce takes place. When we are transporting the agricultural produce, we need to make sure that they are packed properly so that they are not damaged during the transportation. Then there are ripening chambers. So ripening chambers help in the process of ripening and it makes sure that the quality of the agricultural produce is maintained. The third category are cold stores. So cold stores are buildings or chambers where the agricultural produce is stored for a long time. It can stretch from up to few weeks to 8 to 10 months. Now the cold stores have appropriate environment control condition and it comes along with temperature and humidity sensors. So we control the temperature, the humidity and it is well insulated. Now the fourth category is reefer transportation. So these are basically refrigerated trucks which are used to take agricultural produce from one place to another. The infrastructure requirement for pack houses in India is around 70,000, whereas today we just have around 250 to 300 pack houses in India. That too, they are not up to the quality and can store only one type of commodity. Then the requirement for reefer transportation is around 61,000, whereas today we just have around 9,000 reefer transportation vehicles. When it comes to cold stores, the requirement is around 341 lakh metric tons. So the first category is pack houses. So pack houses are warehouses where the packing of the fruits and the vegetables takes place. At present, there are 250 fully equipped pack houses in India. Then the second category is ripening chambers. So these are the chambers or the rooms where the ripening process takes place to extend the shelf life of the agricultural produce. Ripening chambers are mostly concentrated in the states of Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh, and mostly they are used for ripening mangoes. The third category is cold stores. Now cold stores are concentrated in the states of Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Punjab and Andhra Pradesh. Most of the cold stores created before the last decade are used for single commodity. So the problem here is only one type of commodity can be stored in a huge cold store, whereas nowadays there is a requirement for a integrated cold store where we can store different kinds of agricultural produce. So these cold stores are designed to prevent discoloration, decaying and dehydration of the agricultural produce. Now I will talk about the total infrastructure requirement of all these cold chains in India. So when it comes to pack houses, the total requirement for pack houses is around 70,000, whereas in India we just have around 250 to 280 pack houses. So we see that there is a huge gap of infrastructure. When it comes to reefer vehicles, we need around 61,000 reefer vehicles for transportation, whereas at present we just have around 9,000 reefer vehicles. The cold store requirement for India is 3 crore 41 lakhs, whereas at present we just have 3 crore 18 lakhs of cold stores. The total cold store requirement in India is around 3 crore 41 lakh metric tons, whereas today we have just 3 crore 18 lakhs metric tons of cold stores. Now talking about the ripening chambers, the total requirement is around 9,000, whereas in India we just have around 800 ripening chambers. So there is a shortfall of around 90%. Now I will be talking about the operational challenges. So the first challenge we have is high investment. The initial investment that we have to do is very high, and we have to invest in real estate. And as you all know, the real estate prices are through the roof. So the initial investment is very high. The second challenge is maintaining the quality of the cold stores. The infrastructure is very costly and it takes a lot of money to maintain all the infrastructure. The third challenge is standards and protocols. Now the government has put a lot of standards and protocols in place to make sure that the quality of the infrastructure is up to par. So to meet these standards and protocols, it takes a lot of money. The fourth challenge is uneven distribution of cold storage. Now what happens is, in some places the density of the infrastructure is very high, whereas in other places it is very low. So we need to make sure that the density is even and it is uniformly placed near the farms. The fifth challenge is availability and supply of electricity. At present there is a shortfall of 9% of electricity in India. So we need to make sure that electricity is generated and supplied throughout the country to make sure that these storehouses are run properly without any interruption. Now the government has taken various initiatives to make sure that the infrastructure of cold storage in India is upgraded. So foreign direct investment is allowed under the automatic route in cold storage. So the foreign investors can invest in India for creating and upgrading the cold storage infrastructure. And government has also allowed external commercial borrowing. So people who want to start a cold storage business can take loans from the external banks. Government has also reduced the excise duty and the custom duty on the cold storage infrastructure. There is also service tax exemption in place so as to create an incentive for people to invest in creating and upgrading the cold storage infrastructure. The nature and dynamics of the agricultural produce and supply chain in India is very complex. There is no one-point solution. There is a need for creation of an integrated solution so as to solve this problem of agricultural food loss in India every year. So the focus should be on infrastructure creation and management, utilization of various infrastructure that is already in place such as roads and railways. So the administration should ensure that there is proper holistic development right from the agricultural mechanism to cold stores infrastructure to transportation, electricity and policy development. So this colossal problem of food wastage in India can be solved by the administration by taking into account all the stakeholders. Technology development and policy implementation are also very important, and the bureaucrats and the state governments have to work together to solve this colossal problem of food wastage. It was a pleasure talking to you all. Do watch my previous videos if you haven't, and do take care of yourself and your family. I'll be back with many more interesting videos. Thank you so much for your time. Jai Hind.